witch is so unique.
The gift of witchcraft.
I was able to see, hear, and communicate with spirits.
A very personal relationship between a person and spirit. Carnal lust and fun things like that.
Working with different energies and spirits and communicating.
Creating magic.
Powerful ritual and powerful spells. She's actually sticking me in the cult.
The role of the witch is to make change.
Blessed be, y'all. Blessed be. People ask me like, okay, I'm a witch and I don't know what to do.
20 years ago, 3 young friends realized they were witches.
They scattered to different parts of the world following magic and spirit.
Now, they're back in their hometown to share what they've learned.
Welcome to That Witch Life Podcast, your home for living as a witch in today's world.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to That Witch Life Podcast. I'm your host today. I'm Courtney.
And I am Hillary.
And I am Kanani.
And we are at Puget Sound Pagan Pride. Woo! Oh my God, we need applause signs.
We should. I should have brought a piece of paper and be like, God damn it, clap. You're making us look bad. Laugh. Wow.
Or have a oh no.
That will happen all on its own.
Womp womp. We do womp womp. And then just a big old witch's cackle thing. So anyway, we are thrilled because finally we were able to get our very dear friend Fialkora Myndru is finally here with us today on our show.
Hello, everyone.
And so we're going to be talking today about Ukrainian magic, as well as anything else that might come up. We all know that this show, anything can frickin' come up. So first of all, wanting to introduce our guest. So Fialkora is relatively new to the United States. About a year now you've been here. Mm-hmm. And she is a clinical psychologist and a witch and a priestess and a queen cat lover. Of all, and then
It's really true.
and an excellent baker, particularly of gluten-free, sugar-free stuff. Makes it actually taste really good, and has been my friend for a long time. And I'm just glad to have you here today. So, the question we ask Fialkora, what's the question we ask our guests? Everyone, yes. How did you know that you were a witch?
Okay. You understood my name is Fialkora. I'm from Ukraine. In Ukraine, we have different kind of way of witchcraft. First way is like if you was born in some witchcraft family, like me, but I have two way both. And second way, if you like have internal feeling. And I think I understood. I don't use name witch because in Ukraine we have different name of like a synonym, the same to witch. Vidunya, Molfarka, Vidma. It's like a translate to witch, but it's a different kind. We have another special name for witchcraft who put a spell, especially in West, but if you can, Molfarka, and who use some amulets, Travnitsa, who used herb. And because I was born in magical family, I understood, okay, I have some strange story in my childhood, but I understood that I am witch because when I was child, I was a little bit another than another children close to me because I understood some herbs, I understood some life space before I go to the space. I speak with trees, and because I came to story before. My mother and my father meeting in some place in Ukraine when my mother go to this place because my grandpa asked my mother found some herbs. And my father was geologist from a family where all women of this family was povitucha. It's like a doula, but it's not just doula. It's like
a doula, you said? Or?
Yeah, doula, yeah. It's a kind of wise women in Ukraine who understood some magic for birth process, for maybe diet, good understanding herbs. And it was wonderful meeting. Yeah, and grandma by my mom was a witch, and she did some shake of Baltic Baltic and Lithuania and Ukrainian tradition. In Ukrainian, we have molfarstvo. I told it's like put some spell and put some symbol. And in Lithuania, we have dievturi. It's some Christian and pagan tradition. And when I came to my grandma by mother and said in my childhood, sometimes I see some strange dream, and after this, it's real. Sometimes I understood some animal or some trees. It's okay. It's about our family. And it's my first steps to Ukrainian witchcraft. It's not light way in Ukraine, because in Ukraine we have different magical family, but difficult magical way. And my family support me in this because when I understood I'm witch, my grandma teach me something. Support me, show me to understanding. Maybe my father not so support because afraid about me. When I found another teacher in Ukraine about molfarstvo, it's like a secret tradition, fortunately or unfortunately, but I go to this tradition because some old man was fall in love to my grandma and try to conversation with me. My father said every molfar in Ukraine have to be afraid because in Ukraine we believe if you go to this way, you have to protect your country. It's another way,
just questions of if you go into witchcraft, you have a duty to protect the country with the magic.
And I think when I understood that I'm witch, in childhood I didn't understand in this part of way. It's like I answer it.
I'm pretty sure if I could talk to trees and animals talk to me, I would also need someone to tell me that it was going to be okay. I can pretty much,
it was wonderful that my grandma was with me.
I would need someone reassuring me a lot that is okay.
Our audience is seeing for the first time working with Kanani because she has this thing where she talks. She likes to turn away from the mic.
She turns.
That's what I do. I do it all the time.
Where she mumbles something.
I have the editor who is like, I'm either being accused of deep throating the mic, or was the mic in the room? These are the questions. Was the mic in the room? Was it somewhere else? Or did you just swallow it as you were talking? There's not really an in-between.
Fialkora, I'm glad that you had this experience with your grandmother, helping explain that to you, because I think that so many people when they're young, when they start to realize something is different about them, they start to see things or feel things, and they go to their family and their family's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're crazy. So I think it's really beautiful that you had someone in your family to
saw a lot these people in Ukraine who was in my coven, in my magical family, who don't understood what they felt.
When you're a kid, how do you know? That's the thing is, I think that can be really scary. So I think having someone that can clue you in, whether it's a family member or a friend or someone you can connect with that says, hey, you're not crazy, this is just a thing and let me explain it to you and this is what you do with it.
You remember I'm clinical psychologist. I think when I check me, I find a way sometimes check me, I continue check me sometimes because I joke, I go to this profession because I want to find harmony.
I'm gonna need you to check me every once in a while. No, God, no.
It's scary.
I need to. Fuck yes, it's scary. That's a nice way to put it.
I want to do an episode of Hoarders, only it's psychologists, and they're going into Kanani's head, and they're just saying, keep, let go, keep, let go, keep, let go.
Suddenly, all the psychologists will be comforting each other in another room, and I'm gonna be like, where'd everyone go? What's happening? What's going? I was just having a good time. I was finally starting to talk about myself, and they're just crying in a corner somewhere, trying to make each other feel better.
What makes me think when Fialkora was talking about, you're talking about animals, it makes all the folk tales and the stories make sense
From Europe,
when the child is in the forest and the fox is talking or the bear is talking. It's like
It's not like a talking, it's like a feeling process. Yeah.
it's a feeling. So it's just like
it's not like a talking out loud, like, what's up, but more of a you feel the communication back and forth.
I choose
Hillary,
to believe
stop ruining this for me.
they were talking directly.
Exactly. I had that Disney picture in my head. I was like, so much fun.
Disney's real.
Disney is real.
See, this is why I need you checking in on me.
Yeah.
So, but you've also talked about how witches are honored in Ukraine, even though some people are afraid of them. I guess I have two questions. Like, how are witches honored in culture, but also why are people afraid? Is it because of the church or just is that
One reason is the church, like in all Europe countries. But in Ukraine, we have the same time some respect to witchcraft and the same afraid condition, because a lot of people in Ukraine go to Molfar. I think why we use another name to witch, because Vidma is witch, but a lot of people, we don't go to Vidma, we go to Travnica, some women who understand herbs, Molfar, some women who understand some special words, because it's like a light way to understanding, or some women who have a power, and we have a lot of old stories or fairy tale where when you have some person and some story from village, when every village have some special man or woman who have power, and some part of village afraid, some part of village respect, because church, because I told we have different kind of magic. We have some legend when Volodymyr put Christian religion in Kiev Rus. If you don't know Rus, it was Ukrainian Rus, not Moscow Empire before.
different? It's not Russia as we know.
Not Russia.
It's a lot more complicated.
It's not connected with Russia. Yeah, it's Kiev Rus, ancient Ukrainian land. We have ancient pagan tradition. Yeah, and ancient priest Wolf try to keep a secret tradition, and some part, some region save some spells. Some regions save some knowledge about herbs. Mm-hmm. Okay, every century may be shake of this knowledge, but I think in some region we have village who save more tradition. And I know some village where a lot of women practice magic and think it's normal process. Especially when I married with my husband Ukrainian Bulgarian, but it's some village in south of Ukraine. When they meet me, oh, it's wonderful. My husband never told grandma of my husband that I'm witch. Oh, it's wonderful. We have witch in our family. And how you understand?
Yeah, how did you know?
Yeah, how you know?
It's like witch.
Yeah,
witch,
yeah.
witch.
But I understood because sometimes I feel another witch. Yeah, and in this village, really respect to witchcraft. So our old tradition with healing, with herbs, with eggs, with lamb, chicken, like old tradition.
Oh, delicious magic, right? So tasty.
Like we haven't had lunch
interesting,
yet.
I know another village when have a lot of spells that the same to spells in my family, but change some pagan goddess name. Like another, some another village change goddess name to some holy Christian name.
To keep it,
yeah. And I understand in some region where more Christian have more power, mm-hmm. More afraid in magical family.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's not like a special region area. Sometimes it's like I know story when one village in West part of Ukraine, usually use magic every time with herbs on window, some silent spell we now name Shepotok.
So with whispering,
whispering.
whisper the
It's
spells.
some kind of spells. If a child go to school or you paint something, but have one village where have so strong church, and they found way go out all pagan from this village. But this is one story about one village with strong church. But we have another. Like Kiev, capital of Ukraine, we have a lot of witches in the city, and have not like we understood everybody respect us, but we understood we can say it, I'm witch and everything will be okay. Yeah.
But you're a very public witch in Ukraine. So what was that like? Like people were kind and supportive?
It was not. It was not early because I public witching days spoke with different region. Yeah, sometimes I saw in internet some article about afraid God, you have to came to church. But I told I connect with Godfather. I could connect with heaven. You don't understand what is wise wisdom of witchcraft, but I understood if you fanatic Christian, you don't understand me. Yeah, and a lot of my friends Christian, but respect me because sometimes I feel if some my friends have some pain, and I can help. Yeah,
right. Okay, because it's like. Is it understood that some of the cultural holidays in Ukraine have some very strong pagan roots?
Now we have some change because war creates some change process because a lot of witches. I told about witches like about man and woman now in forces, and. When these guys, a lot of my friends now in Ukrainian forces try to protect our independence, use some symbol of forces clothes and use pagan symbol, use magical protect symbol. It's shown this to all world. One of my best friends now in east part of Ukraine, and when have internet connection, send media to me, send internet to TikTok, Instagram, and I saw some symbol of Svarog, some symbol of Perun, some runic symbol of ancient goddess, and I understood she sometimes please ancient goddess of Ukraine protect me, and she sniper and she warrior doctor.
So she's what we call a medic, somebody who was taking care of soldiers.
Medic for soldiers, and she doesn't afraid that somebody don't understand because it was funny that in battalion it's like a community of soldier. She said she have five people and they are pagan.
So she's got 5 people in the battalion and they're all pagan.
Yeah.
It's like we need all the stuff.
Yeah. So. But different tradition, 3 Ukrainian pagan, one like a Scandinavian, one use Ifa, like a voodooistic.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's fascinating. So you've got traditions from all over the world.
And everybody try to connect with personal gods to protect Ukraine.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that people who maybe haven't traveled outside of the United States, I think that's one of the things that people don't necessarily understand is the people that came to the United States and essentially took over left England because they were so fucking uptight. So it's like, no, we're going to be uptight over here. You people are just too interesting. So there's a history and a lineage. They're just too interesting. We need to be more boring over here. And by the way, those are my ancestors. Super excited about this. So, yeah, exactly. So, but in Europe, there is historical witchcraft, and there's historical family lineages, and there's this history that's understood that just doesn't exist here in the United States. What we practice and what's here is so new, and I mean, it's brand new. And so it doesn't have the same kind of historical reverence and
people,
whatnot.
there's a lot of people, a lot of Americans
there are
have,
some,
have brought their traditions and continue to use
But
them.
like where you're talking about Fialkora, like this is like been known for generations and generations and generations. So there is, even though there can be that aversion to it because of the church, there's still kind of this silent reverence and understanding because it's always kind of existed in the villages.
It's cultural too.
Exactly.
Right?
It's a part of the culture in a way that it just isn't here yet.
I'm just imagining these Brits stirring their tea, and and then these Puritans.
Can you imagine how uptight you had to be like, no, this is too progressive right now, right?
Must get on the boat.
That food had a flavor.
British.
Oh my God, I need to leave.
Did she put salt in it?
Right. Awful.
But I think that is like, I mean, I think that's so true. If the practice is not just spiritual, but it's also cultural, like if it's rooted in culture, I think the acceptance is slightly different.
Yes.
You know, and the experience and the knowledge of what it is different, because even if it's not accepted, you've likely heard about it,
right?
Because it's in fairy tales, in you know, like as you grow up, you're hearing these stories, right? So it becomes this. There's a cultural tradition.
It's a part of legends and lore. Yeah, it's a part of the culture.
Yeah, it's a part of culture, and our culture save a lot of tradition. It's not like a magic. But I understood it's like a part of our magical knowledge. But every woman in Ukraine, when born a child, know what kind of herbs you put in bath when you born a first bath of child.
Oh, wow.
This woman not think I'm witch, but know this knowledge.
It's just what you do.
And every family in Ukraine knows this. Yeah, but some kind of family know why we use especially these herbs. Yeah, and I think we don't have the best respectful feeling, but a lot of people have respect to witchcraft, witches, because we have a lot of stories in Ukraine how people in difficult situation found some wisdom woman who help. Yeah.
So it's like exactly. That's where that like cultural folk history or cultural history, because of that knowledge, it's like, even if you're like, oh, I don't know, that kind of freaks me out, there's still an element where what you're hearing from a young age is that these are people that are allies, these are people that would help you in a difficult situation, this is who you go to if you need help with something. I think that's always a really helpful, I think, anchor as you're growing up, to be able to have that reference point, rather than what the hell am I? What does this mean? Nobody's like me. I don't, I think that helps a lot.
But I understood maybe in some city or some small village, maybe some little witch who just feeling some internal power can be in the situation when not have some support. Yeah. But especially about pagan tradition, now we have some like process to came all population in Ukraine to this, because we start use a lot of pagan symbolism in Ukraine. This is some way to our independent. I think not every Ukrainian soldiers who use the symbol especially understood. I understood, my friends understood, but I think a lot of Ukrainian forces guys, Ukrainian goddess or Ukrainian gods save me, because want to escort especially Ukrainian forces. A lot of children now knowing about name of Ukrainian gods, like a Perun, Makosha, God Mother, or another. We have a name Bereginya. It's like a general name of Mother God, but it's not just name. Bereginya, it's Berechti in Ukrainian verb. I want to protect. And if my name is Bereginya, I who is protected.
You're the
who give protect. Who give protect. And we have a lot of symbol of this goddess. we have a lot of symbols of makosha, like a symbol of power and life. This is salyanka, this traditional Ukrainian accessories have the symbol of makosha. This is like a symbol of earth. And now a lot of, not just enforcers, a lot of people, when asked about, and when prayer to maybe not, especially not understand I'm pagan, but try to ask it to some Ukrainian forces, please protect my native land, please save life of my children. Start ask it to Ukrainian gods, or start ask it to some name of Ukrainian force. Yeah, and this is good reason. Do this now.
And so this is new, you said, this in your experience.
Yeah, because I know a lot of family who did this before, but now we have a lot of new family who do this.
A lot of newer families, because the circumstances have changed so dramatically.
100%.
Yeah. You've traveled a lot. We were talking about this before, so you've seen a lot of different ways and practices around the world. What do you think is really special about Ukrainian witchcraft compared to other places? What is unique?
We have a lot of kind of rituals like European rituals, but I really had traveling on Europe because we European country, Ukraine is European country, but when I traveled to another country in Europe, I didn't see, maybe I saw something in Italy region, something in Polish region, but people don't use like a native magic, like so many kind of native magic with herbs or with some special spells by your language, and this is spells like write it by your grandma. Yeah. I can told you about our spells with healing process when we put some bracelet or hands, but I think maybe some country uses we use some I forgot some words.
That's okay. So what I'm hearing you say is that you're
especially in Ukraine, I don't see this in another country. I think this is ancient tradition about women, ancient tradition, but women.
Weaving.
Yeah. Weaving. This is the oldest Ukrainian magical tradition. I know of some village where women really heal some heart disordered by this magical ritual with weaving, because we put a spell on every street, and like we believe we ask it fate goddess and like bring to us and please see to this person, and sometimes we give some threads and cut and put new threads, and now I have to weave in new life. Sometimes when we understood people have to die, we try to find to chance and create new fate.
Oh, so you're using the fate goddess and asking them to, or you're calling on the fate goddess to help.
And so you were saying each thread is a different
it's
intention?
a different way of your life.
Okay, each thread is a different part of life. That's so cool.
And this is important, what kind of colors of this, what kind of words you use in this. Sometimes these sorts put of some water with salt and herbs before use. Sometimes without, different tradition in family. I know some family in Cherniv, some in the mountain west area in Ukraine. Some girl in my coven was from this area, and grandma and ma of this girl was witches, and they have a special room and build and home for this.
So they have one room just for weaving.
Yeah, not a lot family use this because this is really ancient tradition. Sometimes we just use threads without this is special loom. So weaver machine like
loom. That's right.
Special loom.
This is. Or spindle and straight. Because a lot of family who have now because there are a lot of family go out from home, but a lot of family who have had home from ancient, like relation one, like family,
their ancestral.
ancestors, have or ancient loom or spindle, but young witches don't know how to use this and use just threads with some spell and herbs. Yeah.
And when you're doing it, if you don't know how to use the loom and you're utilizing the threads, you braid it.
Yeah, we braided threads. We braided threads.
Okay, cool.
Or we do
Like knots.
Knot. We can do knots for every spell.
Okay.
Okay.
And so when we see those beautiful shirts with the embroidery, that's all the
embroidery shirts. It's like part of our tradition, and we believe embroidery clothes protect us.
So okay.
You saw my embroidery shorts. I have all stars. And we believe this is a symbol of creation and protect.
For creation, protection. Is it Svarga?
Yeah. And we do have Svarga. It's like a solar symbol.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's you gave me a Svarga piece when we met years ago. You gave me a piece,
we met a lot years ago.
I know, just a few minutes there. Okay, in a few minutes we're going to open up to questions. So if y'all be thinking about things that you'd like to ask Fialkora or ask of any witches, and if we don't know, we're going to get somebody else to answer it, right? But here's curious, what have you said some really interesting things about spirits in Seattle and like how witchcraft is different here in the Seattle area than, in Kiev and Lviv in Ukraine.
It was a little bit hard because I just 1 year like a refugee in USA. And it was strange because I was 10 years ago with my lecture, but it was in East Coast.
New York, yeah. Very different.
And in East Coast, it was a lot of features with some European blood or European tradition, or we can have shake with European tradition. When we arrived here and we go to apartment, especially it's strange because in Ukraine when you rent an apartment without furniture, it's strange. In USA it's normal.
No, same in England. Like
you don't get any shit when you move into an apartment.
And I remember
welcome to the United States.
Empty.
Yes,
I remember I told my husband, this is strange country. Home
it
without
is a strange country.
Home without furniture. Just with carpet. Okay, we can sleep in carpet first day.
Oh God, you leave Ukraine and sleep on carpet. I didn't even know that. That's
because in Ukraine we usually rent a home with everything for life. And without some feeling of spirit, but it was first day. And in Ukraine we believe in some special spirit of home. Sometimes when we build at home, we invite the spirit. We have a lot of rituals to invite spirit of home. We put some milk with honey to the spirit. I think this is not just, we have some special Ukrainian tradition for this. And my grandma uses, I remember when I stopped with uses and have conflict with the spirit, had with home when grandma died. But this is European tradition. But I think maybe apartment don't have the spirit, okay. But I met like a wild spirit of this place. Seattle for me it's like a place of different kind of wild spirit.
Yes.
I found some moat in the apartment, go to this place, try to feeling like in my childhood. Try to feel in herbs, try to feel in earth. And this is like I don't understand. I don't afraid, but I'm worried, and I feel how the spirit worried to me. It's like, okay, I wild for you, you wild for me.
You're both going.
You're like,
who are you?
Yeah,
very different here.
And now I cannot some law to say I have connection with the spirit, but I try to connect, and I continue to speak with these wild spirits. I use Ukrainian magic here, but sometimes I want to change something in my spells. Sometimes it's like I don't use some name of my Ukrainian spirits. I try to find names of the nature spirit of this place, but
so
I don't
know.
hear.
Yeah.
And just like a spirit of this place.
I'm trying to feign surprise that the spirits here are judgmental assholes. I'm trying to. I'm trying to, act like that isn't. Yeah,
But
that tracks.
But that
It
makes
tracks.
sense. I mean, I think if you're connecting with a spirit in a different place, but you're connecting with your own tradition, there's probably some things that you can kind of create a bridge, so that the spirit locally understands what you're talking about.
I feel this here. I feel some shake of different tradition.
Yeah.
And sometimes I go to some place and, okay, hello, spirit of this place. I here with friendship and kindness. I put this apple for you. Please be kind for me. This is like my way to be kind to the spirit, and maybe the spirit will be kind for me.
I think that's such a nice way to enter in a space, though, because you're coming into a space where a spirit is maybe there, or you're especially if it's.
But interesting, when my car was stolen, you remember?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a good opinion, good in your country. I know what in Ukraine I do if something stolen. We use some prey with knife in water, and I think it's work in Ukraine. Maybe this work, but car came to me. Oh, yeah.
The car came back?
Yeah, I drive by Kiev.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know it came back. I was afraid to ask. I was felt so sad. So.
Without document, but car stolen, but not police found. Some guy found me in Facebook, and I think your car near my home. Yeah, but we have some rituals when you use knives in your home and put in warm water, do say some prayer. This
bring it back.
Yeah,
I'm very supportive of someone takes something from you.
Yeah,
and you use knives.
but
I'm supportive of this.
But I didn't understand how this worked in this place.
Yeah. Would the spirits understand? Like, I need my car back.
Firstly, I try use not magical method. I put some information on Facebook. Do police help, like a police officer support. Yeah.
This is so important though, because we talk about this a lot, which is like, you can't forget to do the practical steps.
Please call the police. Don't just grab a knife and stick it in a cup.
If you have a legal battle with someone, like, yes, do magic, but also get a good lawyer. You know? So it's this thing where you have to do both, and one enhances the so I think that's really smart. You're like, first, I needed to call the police, and then,
Something about Ukrainian Magick. We have a lot spells, prayer and ritual about justice.
Justice.
Yeah.
I think about every 100 years we try to claim our independent.
Every 100 years.
Really, last 1,000 years, every 100 years.
Oh my God. 1,000 years dealing with Russia.
Because with Finno-Ugric, with Moscow Empire, with Soviet Union, and Litov's kingdom.
We were talking about that outside, and you said that you told your husband when he's like, there won't be a war. There won't be a war. This won't happen. It's fine. And she's like, it's been 100 years. It's been 100 years.
Yeah, it was like an evening before war. I put my passport, my master's diploma, some money, cell phone, and husband, you are crazy. I know this your witches or woman in Ukrainian intuition. No, it's historical analysis. Yeah, and when it's so funny, but and sadness the same moment, because at 5:00 a.m. when I heard sound of bomb, my husband don't understand the war started, and Anatoly, war started. No, go sleep. And second sound of bomb, and war started. And I think I was a little bit more prepared, because day before I analysis and maybe war will start. But I don't see about day after. But I put like one clothes, diploma, money, passport, and why we have a lot of about this, about some our rules, our law, because Ukrainian nation all time try to save independent. Sometimes it's not about country, sometimes about some family, protect. Yeah, and I continue told we have different way of magic because we just people, and in Ukraine some people use magic not for good deals, and we have a lot of spells and prayer about protection. Yeah. And usually my grandma healed people, and sometimes try to change process to condition before some bad magic created.
Okay, so she protects people and heals people to keep, just to prevent bad magic.
Yeah, unfortunately in Ukraine a lot of people do porta. You know this word? It's Ukrainian word for, in Polish word, for if some guy put some potklad, it's the name of object with bad energy, with bad mind.
Puts bad energy into an object.
Yeah, and we have, I think every family in Ukraine know what you have to do with this.
Yes, every family.
If you have found some needles, some earth, some threads near your home, we know what we have to do with this.
Okay, so it's like you see needles and threads, someone's throwing you something. Okay. So I'm going to ask one more question, and then we'll open up to see if others. And so the big question a lot of us have is how can witches, either in the United States or if you're listening elsewhere outside of Ukraine, how can we support Ukraine magically and practically?
I think I will not some unique in this because I told a lot of my Ukrainian witches friends in forces, American witches can support Ukrainian witches every kind of support, prayer, magical, objective material support forces of Ukraine, because really you remember we little country of Europe, and I have big thankful in my heart because I understood Ukrainian country continue be alive because America, USA support us. We have more modern technologies than Russia. Russia big, but not so modern. But Russia really big with many people. Maybe not so modern country. They really use support from Iran, sometimes China, not official, but China. They use tanks of Second War.
Right. Second World War tanks.
It's good
stuff.
use for Ukrainian forces. But Russia big country and have a lot of people by propaganda, sometimes stupid people, and we little modern but little country in Europe who lived before war like a classic modern country. We more similar to USA than Europe because
better healthcare though.
Much better.
That bar is not very high.
I know.
It's a low bar.
If you can support Ukraine by magical, by objection, by support forces, do it, because we alive because we have support.
I have 2 sigils on my altar actually that you can find, and the first one that I put on my altar, it was from Laura Tempest Zakharov, and it was a symbol to support Ukraine and to help protect Ukraine, and I have that on the right side of my altar, and I have don't make me cry. Stop. People are not allowed to cry. I don't have emotions.
She's going to have live in public emotions.
So uncomfortable.
That is so
And I have black aventurine that I place on that sigil, and then on the left side I have another sigil that she created to help protect reproductive rights and stuff that's going on in the United States. So Laura Tempest Zakharov actually has really amazing, when these big events happen, she makes them public. And she's like, take these, print these, and that's what I do is I print them out, and then I put stones that can kind of help correlate with that. Do not make eye contact with me. And so I definitely would encourage witches to do that and put, those sigils and stuff like that on your altar, because not only is it always working as you're active with your altar, but it keeps it top of mind. I think about it every time I go to my altar. I see 2 sigils, and I know exactly what they represent.
Yeah,
and it keeps it in your mind, and it keeps that power going as you're working with your altar.
I put some symbol for you.
Oh, stop
It's
it!
Open it and look at it.
Stop
And
it!
look at it.
Yeah, it's a falcon. Some piece. Do you have a lot of Courtney? Girls, you have symbol of Ukraine.
How we have
None of
symbols.
y'all.
It's
None of
I
y'all
told
look at me.
Molfa it's a spell, and Molfa spell like a spell, and Molfa it's a symbol, and Molfar it's like a druid in Celtic tradition. It's a
beautiful.
falcon, but like a trezub in Ukraine. Because if something try to teach or study history by Russia version of Ukraine, trezub is a symbol of Volodymyr king. No, trezub is the ancient symbol of pro-Ukrainian nation. It was a symbol of bird. Yeah, symbol of little falcon.
So
yeah.
what is?
Yeah, and we believe it's like a protection symbol. Yeah, and it's
You brought
for
this for me.
Stop it!
You know, have you not?
Yeah.
Glanced over
And
We're all wearing
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness!
different
Yeah.
symbols.
And she managed to match her outfits.
I
I was
No,
just
you're
gonna
wearing
say, and
it.
I didn't
I've got
actually
red
put a
shoes
necklace.
on.
Well,
I didn't
it's,
put a necklace on, so now I have to wear this.
yeah, it's perfect.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
That's
so
so
much.
cute. It goes with you. Oh, it looks so good.
Stop it.
You don't have enough brown anyway, and brown's
That's
a good
true.
color
I know,
on
I
you.
love that
So you're
color.
really good with earth tones and blood tones.
Shocking.
She has to tell me. I don't know.
Ukrainian traditional accessories have a lot of symbols, and every kind of Ukrainian symbols in traditional clothes and traditional accessories, it's just like a magical pagan symbols. Yeah.
I don't
Like a
think,
symbol
I don't
of
think
moon
you
goddess. Yeah.
I don't think you can like really talk about how important and how effective symbols can be in magic. They really can. I mean, when you just think about how like the belief in something, like it becomes its own thing, right? Like if enough people believe in a symbol, that symbol really means something, and that symbol will have power in and of itself. And so the use of symbols in a magical practice, I think you really can't undervalue the use of symbols and sigils and
then
things like that.
the more they're used, the more powerful
Exactly.
they get.
No, like we believe we can use magic without symbol, but with symbol it's more powerful.
Okay, Kachina Aurora fans, get ready because our friend Dawn Hunt has now launched a new, drumroll, tomato sauce. Magical marinara, roasted garlic, pomodoro. Holy shit.
We got to try it. I made this incredible pasta dish for my husband. I throw some beef sausage in there, just regular old stuff from the grocery store, topped it with this sauce, threw it on some gluten-free pasta because I have the celiac. My husband did not stop talking about this. I'm serious. The rest of the night was, oh my God, the sauce is so good. Oh my God, I am under Dawn's spell. Oh my God, I can't stop. I mean, the flavors sit with you. And like you just feel comforted and you feel loved and you really feel the magic that she puts in there and the high quality ingredients. I am actually serving that pasta dish with that sauce to my Italian mother-in-law when she's here next week. Okay, that is saying something, and I'm gonna do it.
I mean, it's so true. I finally got my hands on a jar and it was the best. Like, I was like, wow, I don't even need to touch anything. This is perfection in a jar. I mean, honestly, I love everything Dawn does, but I also really lean into the Kachina Aurora infused olive oils, which are not only incredible to put on food, but they are also each crafted with magical intention. So you've got a really good, ready to go, delicious food, as well as your spell work.
If you haven't tried her coffee yet, you need to get on it because she has different ones for each of the seasons. Not only that, but she also has different brews for the dark moon, half moon, and full moon. These are whole bean coffees with different spectrums of darkness and strength. They're almost as dark as my soul. They are so, so good.
To bring your own practice into the kitchen, go to KachinaAurora.com ASAP and use code WitchLife to get 10% off. That's code WitchLife for 10% off.
Do it, witches, and thank you to Kachina Aurora for being an episode sponsor.
We have gotten so hooked on wearing our Blessed Be jewelry Their pieces are the kinds that become your wear everyday signature items. They are, because they're so delicate and discreet, they are broom closet friendly, and they give your witchy jewelry, you know, more of an upgrade, a special touch. It is very tasteful witchy jewelry that is perfect for your everyday wear. You can wear it in the conference room. No one's going to know, but you're going to know because you are magical. And it's made by witches. And Blessed Be Magic has got something for every witch, regardless of their status of being in or out of the closet.
I am freaking out and love their new anklet collections and sets that they have right now. They have a triple goddess anklet, a pentacle anklet, and they have a Hecate's wheel bracelet and anklet set, which, yes, I have in fact purchased. I absolutely love anklets in the summertime. There's just something about having pretty jewelry on your ankles when you're wearing your summer dresses and in short season. It's just spectacular.
Yes, that new collection is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, frankly, everything Blessed Be Magic does is gorgeous. I have a number of their pieces and I wear them regularly and always get complimented. They have over 700 plus 5-star reviews, like 700. That's insane. And they ship worldwide.
Yes, it is perfect. It's beautiful and magical. I wear my Hecate ring everywhere. You can step into your power with Blessed Be Magic's minimalist jewelry for powerful witchy women.
Head over to blessedbemagic.com, that's magic with a K, and use WitchLife15, that's WitchLife15, and save 15% on all full price talisman jewelry. Trust me, with as much shopping as you're about to do on this site, you're going to want that 15% off.
Thank you to Blessed Be Magic for being an episode sponsor. Literally everyone knows this podcast runs on blood, sweat, tears, and jasmine pearl tea. But now get ready, witches. Our beautiful friends at the Jasmine Pearl Tea Company have some new blends for this summer.
Oh my God. Seriously, everyone knows how obsessed I am with tea, and I am extra obsessed with Jasmine Pearl. Fortune's Fool, which is a pu'er tea for those looking for a more sophisticated tea, is insane. I am in love with it. Plus, it has pigs on the wrapper, which makes it extra amazing.
I need all of that tea.
They're insane. And everyone knows that coffee is my jam. One of the ways that you can get me to drink tea is when you have some sort of a mint tea. And the Northwest mint is absolutely fantastic. It's something that you can make in a large brew and you can put in your fridge so that you can drink it cold during hot months. And it is absolutely marvelous.
Yeah, and also the blackberry fig, which can be enjoyed either hot or iced. I mean, it's the end of the summer. Iced tea is still the thing, but the nights are getting cooler, and so this is a really great one to have around during the transition from summer to autumn. Also, you've got the equinox. It's a great herbal for this coming month and the change in the seasons, and it contains herbs that can be sometimes beneficial for those of us with uteruses.
You really, really need to go check out these teas at thejasminepearl.com. Save 10% with coupon code WITCH2023. That's WITCH2023. And you get free shipping on orders over 35, so get those orders in.
Thank you so much to the Jasmine Pearl Tea Company for being an episode sponsor.
Questions anyone has, either for Fialkora, say that 5 times fast, for Fialkora.
No.
Or for, anything about related to witchcraft, and we will try
You
to
can
answer.
say just Fialka. Fialka is violet in Ukraine.
But, yeah, love it. I love
It's harder. Fialka.
Yeah, our friend in the back.
It's from Western Ukraine, and we had planned on taking trips over there because my grandmother, his mom is gone, but when they came here, everything was very secretive, but they still used all these cultural things that nobody really knew what they were, and now he's kind of lost because we can't go back to Ukraine and try to learn. Is there a good place for him and I to start to...
Yeah, let me just say it for the mic. So it's Ukrainian ancestry, and they're having a hard time connecting with it because of being unable to go back to Ukraine right now. And so she's curious about where can she learn more about Ukrainian practices and magic here in the United States?
It's a difficult question because I cannot find English books about Ukrainian magic.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I know a lot of Ukrainian language books. Yeah, maybe it's some ask it to me. Maybe translate something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start translating some of these
I didn't.
You're like, wait, I fucked up. I love it when I come up with an idea and I'm like, oh, I can do that. And I'm like, no, Hillary, stop. Don't do it.
One author you may want to look at is Madame Pamita.
Madame Pamita, yeah.
So she is American, and but she does a lot of work with Ukrainian priestesses. And so, Pamita. Well, it's a two first names essentially, Madame Pamita, and it's spelled Pamita. And I would follow her on Instagram because she also promotes a lot of the work of Ukrainian priestesses and Ukrainian people around.
I feel like if there are English translations of things, she would know.
Yeah, she would be a great resource for other
We
resources.
got to introduce you two.
Oh my God,
Yes.
You guys would love each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would.
So that's
Not as much as you love me, but it would be close.
well. Low bar there.
That's true. It's not wrong.
So other questions folks have. Yeah.
One question. My dad is very upset about what's going on in Ukraine, and what is that symbol called that we could use, a protection symbol or?
Alatur, Falcon. Yeah.
So the question was, what symbols would be good to use in Ukraine?
Sunflower is the same, but sunflower is symbol of hope.
Okay.
Sunflower, okay.
Yeah, it's really popular symbol in Ukraine, symbol of hope. Yeah, and we have symbol alatur. It's some kind of star. We usually have in embroidered t-shirt the symbol. Yeah.
So the symbols of stars and falcon and maybe sometimes sunflower
And
as
sunflowers
well.
for hope. So it's like protection plus hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else?
We love talking.
I know. Who else has questions?
Yeah.
So, coming from Ukraine into America, when it comes to being in a different country and working with your deities or ancestors, find it difficult to do that in a different land, or do you still feel that connection as strong as you did back home?
Do you want to?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the question for the mic. So the question was, is it more difficult to honor your deities from your homeland in the new land?
It will be hard if I couldn't give ground.
Earth.
Earth, yeah.
Earth. We believe if you go far away from home, you have give some sachet with earth.
So you carry a sachet of earth with you? So did you bring earth with you when you left Ukraine? Okay.
Yeah, I have this with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I try to connect, I use this.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because I remember 10 years ago, I did the same, but it was, I think I put in some place and go out, and I
did you lose it in New York? You lost.
Yeah.
You lost the earth.
That's when she and she met me, and I must have rubbed off on her.
It's like a tradition of why I came, and
You met Courtney.
I
and then it fell
understood.
apart.
Maybe now I feel normal condition with connect, but I remember I think it's my mind, but I felt some strength without this my part of my ground. Yeah, and strange when I go to short time, because I really loved for travel it. I didn't feel this. When I go to Poland for me it's like another home, because I told some Polish girl, Poland for me it's like is similar to Ukraine. When I was in Poland, I was like at home because we were so similar. When I was in Lithuania, I was like at home, and I was in long traveling without part of my ground. But when I go to 1 month in Italy or Germany, I gave
further
this.
and further
Yeah.
away.
Further
So
away.
then it's like,
Yeah.
wanting to connect that
Yeah.
way. That makes sense.
Yeah, but we have a lot of fairy tale in Ukraine when some person with power go and protect some place and have some part of earth with him.
Right, yeah, it's just that beautiful piece. So it's like we could learn a lot of magic from fairy tales, like how to do, just kind of decode it a little bit. Other questions folks have? Oh, y'all aren't shy, are you? Go ahead.
I'll make a comment. You were speaking earlier about how you connected here in Apple. So here we're on Coast Salish land, and so Native Americans place here. And Cedar's called grandfather, and it's strengthening and centering and sends your prayers up. So those are two things you would connect to here. Personally, I tell people, for me, paganism is two things. It's your ancestors, and it's where you are. And so those can be the same, which is very powerful. If your ancestor in Ukraine, you have your magic, but you have your ancestors with you here, and you can connect in the correct visitor.
Thank you. What was your name again?
My name is Lene.
Thank you so much for that. That's really important information. Thank you for that.
So I want to add on to that, because when she was talking about that, I actually leaned over and whispered, learning the native names for places. Like Rainier is not Rainier. It's Tahoma.
Tahoma.
And the moment you learn the native
volcano
names,
Tahoma,
the spirits start responding to you more.
It's like you're speaking their language.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh,
right?
What?
Yeah.
What?
I have a poem about that. Do you know the language the trees speak?
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's wonderful because we believe if you know truth name of somebody, you can connect. Yeah, why we keep a name of spirit in Ukraine, name of place, like a real name. Yeah, because history changed everything. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's so important, like understanding the offerings of the area that you're in, because that's, I mean, otherwise, I mean, not that spirits would be like, oh, F you and your apple, but it would be like, but the thing is, it's like, I think when you can, it's like connecting in their language, connecting in their tradition, they'll go, oh, you see me, you understand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's, communication.
It's like a kind of gift in our culture. We put apple, bread, milk, honey.
Apple, bread, milk, and honey. That's the Ukrainian earth tradition. Okay.
Beautiful.
Nice. Other questions folks have?
No, I'm going to start staring people down.
Do it. Do
I'm
it.
going to start calling on people. No.
Do it.
We do have something kind of exciting. So we have 2 raffle prizes from the raffle prize table.
Those are pretty.
I know, right? So we have this beautiful pair of Flower Fairy earpieces from Pixie Dance Hoops. So they clip onto your ears, and then it's like really beautiful. And then we have this really gorgeous bone necklace from Custom Cranium.
That's so pretty.
And so I'm going to hand out some little numbers. We might have to draw a few times because we probably have more numbers than people. But let's do that, and we'll draw and see who wins.
In the meantime, why don't you tell people where they can follow your work and learn more about you, like your website, where can Instagram or where
Instagram, Fialkora Myndru.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fialkora
Or
Myndru.
more in Facebook.
And Facebook. Okay.
And we'll have those in our show notes too.
Yeah, and she keeps a lot of information, not about her work as a psychologist.
Yeah,
but also,
and know more about Ukraine.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
When leaving the Ukraine, why did you choose the U.S. to land in, to come?
Cousin of my husband invite us. Yeah. When war started, we didn't plan go out from Ukraine. We can, because I have disability about multiple sclerosis and my husband has some disability. We both of us don't have to go to army. And when war started, I go out from Kiev area. We was near Bucha and Irpin, and it was hard, long way to west part of Ukraine because we met with Russia forces, and I volunteer in west part of Ukraine about 7 months, like it, I'll say therapist. It was so hard because sometimes I have relapse Yeah, recidivist.
Relapse.
And I continue volunteer. And every day, cousin of husband call to us and come to us, please. And really, if I say true, if war didn't start, I never go out from Ukraine. Because for me it's wonderful, the most beautiful place. Before war, I had we just buy some place for building home. We have apartment. We have. Yeah, I worked in medical center in central Kiev. I had a lot of my space of power in my forest near home. Before war, we start plan a baby. We had a lot of beautiful plan for life. We just put a fundament, some ground of home. Sometimes my husband joke, Russian tongue just like create good ground for beautiful full future home. Okay, because everything in Kiev area in Irpin, Bucha was crushed. Almost our friends was killed who lived near us. And
can we just stop and recognize how incredible a person has to be to stay in a war zone for 7 months to come?
Just now, I don't have answer what I have. I will have in future. I understood after war finished, Ukraine will be not Ukraine what I know before. I happy that my I don't have a lot relation one how my husband have, and now I'm lucky that my husband have some connection with relation one here, because unfortunately my parents don't want to go out from Ukraine, and I was from magical family, and my father, 80 years old, older man, really believes that stay in Kiev region and protect space of Kiev region. And when Russia first time came to Kiev area, my mama evacuated to west part of Ukraine. My father stayed and was so close to Russian soldiers. I called and heard all time sound of guns, sound of bombs, and father said, I was born here, I was died here, and you have to understand, people have us have to stay here, have to stay here because I protect heaven. It's like a bad joke, because we all time ask it all world, please protect our heaven. Yeah, and I understood first why so many old people was killed by Russia, because almost all people cannot go out from home. And I understood almost wise old person really believe I try to put magic here. I can connection with my ancestors, and almost my covenants girls in different countries now. Some husband of witches in forces, some witches girls with child in Europe, but we try to found the same time and connect the same ritual, and try to ask it about protect. Sometimes it's hard because it's like internal conflict. I told girls we pray so much and more, and war continue. 9 years ago, when war started, I created Ukrainian magical community, and we was in Kiev from different kind city in Ukraine, and we put some rituals in Ball Mountain in Kiev, like a journal. And this is about symbol. We put our map of Ukraine. We put a lot of magical protect symbol, and this is interesting. We use colors painter, with herbs, and from my painter pen, some part put on map. Like, okay, but it put near east part of Ukraine, where war was like ago in 1914. It's like our hope maybe we protect in those years, but we cannot stop everything. Everybody after this was in so bad healthy condition. I understood maybe not about our power, about stronger feelings, maybe not just we try to do something. Yeah. But I understood if we stop and do something, maybe it will be not so good result. But I hope if we continue do prayer, financial support, magical support, in someday we have win in peace, victory in peace. Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I think let's turn. We want to pull a raffle
Pull a
here.
raffle?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Do you want to pick? Wait, okay.
Oh.
Okay, mix it all up in there. Okay.
Oh, goddess of fortuna. Found the most lucky person today.
There's a few extra numbers, so we might have to draw more than one.
43.
43.
I have that one here, so we let's draw another one. We have a couple extra numbers.
Couple extras, all right.
Only
Sorry, 43.
I get it. I want the
No.
I want the ear fancies. I need to
Let's see what
have
that-
fairy ears.
You can pull 43 again. Okay. That is our lucky number today. Is
Okay.
43.
Second, the most lucky number.
If it's one of these, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
49.
Oh my God!
Stop it,
Say
Hillary.
it again.
She's just being mean now. She's just being mean now. She did it on purpose.
We only have 4 we have to get through, okay?
She did it on purpose.
So this is for the
Real lucky person.
Right?
29.
Yay!
or you can pick if you want. There is
The ears or the bones?
The ears or the bones.
I was gonna say, I'm feeling bone vibes,
right?
not ear vibes.
Okay.
All right.
One more.
One more.
Wonderful full fairy accessories. 26.
Yay! Ear vibes. Oh, yellow. You pop a yellow on that outfit. It's going to look so good.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's perfect.
And now you're definitely rocking Ukraine because you've got the yellow, gold, and the blue.
right?
Yes.
The great thing was,
Yellow
I was
and blue.
actually thinking, because you were saying about the sigil on your altar for Ukraine, and I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And add that. So these are going to go on the altar with the Ukraine sigil.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be so awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Fialkora, for teaching us and for sharing and driving all the way down here.
Yes.
From SeaTac. And thank you all so much for joining us here today at Puget Sound Pagan Pride. And thank you to the organizers for hosting us and organizing.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
for those of you listening at home, we're sorry you're not here, but we definitely felt you in spirit. And there's one more thing.
Fialkora.
So it's
How do you spell it?
F like, this is my new tradition for USA because it's not Cora like USA Cora. F like a fate, I like a iron, A like a apple, L like a love, K like a
Kite.
kangaroo.
yeah, not like a cat. Yeah. O like a orange, A like a rainbow, A like a apple. Fialkora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it means violet.
Fialka is violet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really pretty. All right. Okay. Well, thank you all so much. And for those of you listening at home, we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to That Witch Life podcast. Our music is by Dustin Schultz, editing by Corey Drake. If you like what we do, please subscribe, rate, and review us on Apple Podcasts. If you want to support the show, you can buy us a coffee or check out our merch on our Etsy store or join us on Patreon for bonus content, ad-free episodes, or to join our Witch Squad. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For show notes, audio transcript, or to ask us a question to answer on a future episode, go to thatwitchlife.com. Until then, keep moding that shit. We will talk to you next week.
So mote it be.